The next is when you do break down the diversity in that room, nowhere else in the Roman Empire is such a strange collection gathered. It's as if Paul is saying, all right, I've done my best for 15 chapters. I've taken you through the intricacies of the good news as I understand it. I've given you at it in the most considered and ordered way that I can imagine. I've given you the robust gospel of Jesus Christ in the way that it makes all people a part of God's hope and God's plan. But if you aren't on board yet, look around you. Look around the room. This isn't happening anywhere else in the Roman Empire. Look around the room. The gospel works. For Paul, the evidence of the gospel is not another person coming forward at the time when decisions are called, although that's a great thing. The evidence of the effectiveness of the gospel of God is when unlike can be together in a room praising God as one, as Romans 17 or as Revelation 17 has it, when all the tribes and all the nations are gathered before the throne singing praise to God. Paul says this happens nowhere else in the empire, and you're doing it. How do you think you became able to do that? The gospel works. And I want to close our time together, these 8 weeks, by reminding you that the meeting of which you're a part isn't happening anywhere else either. I teach a lot of Bible studies, friends. I teach a lot of Bible studies with a lot of different groups. And in some of them, in most of them, MLK's indictment on the Christian community continues, which is that 11 on a Sunday morning is the most segregated hour in America. Some of the segregation is by race. Some of it is by ideology, left and right. We find like and we sit with like. I want you to think of the difference in this Zoom room. Tonight, there are about 155, 160 of you. We've had up to 200, a little more. You come from all classes, all educational levels, all stations in churches, all races, all ethnicities. We hear accents during the question and answer time. You are the most eclectic, most diverse group of Bible studiers together that I've ever seen. And I think you may be the most happening in the world right now. It's just an accident of how Kelly and her gang have put together this group. Paul would look at us, just as Paul looked at those ancient Romans, and say, you don't believe the gospel yet? Look around you. It is possible. The gospel works. Right? So I close by reminding you of that, reminding you of the fact that we've been learning Romans for 8 weeks together across great distance and cultural distance and all kinds of difference. Paul's point is the gospel works. It worked among them. It works among us. May God add God's blessing to what we've learned together and take it out to the streets through us.